Hey guys, what's up? It's MatchPoint here, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you the Ultimate Operator Guide for Wamai. We will be discussing everything from his ability, using his gadget effectively, and much more. So if you do find this video useful, consider dropping a like on the video. If there are any topics that you would like me to cover next, or if you have a specific topic that you are struggling with and would like me to cover it, well, comment it down below so I know to do them. If you are new around here, welcome, and I hope you enjoy the video. So let's get on into it. First of all, we're going to be talking about Wamai's loadout. So for his primary weapons, he has the options of the AUG A2 or the MP5K. Now there's two big differences in these guns, as the AUG is an assault rifle and the MP5K is a submachine gun. Now they are both very solid weapons, they both have advantages and disadvantages of their own, but overall they do make some fantastic weapons. And for this one it is really down to personal preference, as if you decide to go with the SMG, you'll obviously have that higher fire rate but you'll reduce the damage. And then if you decide to go with the assault rifle, you'll have a lower fire rate but more damage. So for this one it is down to your decision and it is personal preference. They're both great options to have. Now for Wamai's secondaries, he has the option of the Kratos or the P12. Now the Kratos is a very solid secondary, it can do 78 damage. However, it does have a limited capacity compared to the P12, and then the P12 obviously does less damage, but it does have that higher capacity. Now if you have the confidence in yourself to go and hit your shots, then I would recommend taking the Kratos, as you'll be dealing a lot more damage. However, if you do need those extra bullets for your shots, then I would recommend taking the P12. Now moving on to Wamai's gadgets, and he has the option of the deployable shield or the barbed wire. Personally, I would highly recommend you to take that deployable shield in most situations. Although the barbed wire can be there to use as a sound cue or to delay the enemy, that deployable shield is a lot more valuable in my eyes. And this is what makes Wamai such a fantastic operator. He has an assault rifle as one of his options, then he also has a very powerful secondary and the option of the deployable shield. Now we're going to be moving on to Wamai's ability. Wamai's ability is to be able to deploy a magnet system. Now Wamai's ability works in a similar way to Lesion's. Over the time, his ability will gradually regenerate so he can deploy more of them down, until eventually he will stop regenerating them and not be able to place any more down due to him not having any more left. This makes him very useful for Wamai deploying his ability on the go. He is actually able to react to the enemy's pushes. For example, if the enemy are going to be pushing from one certain point, he can then go ahead and place his magnet system down by there to stop any projectiles. As Wamai's magnet system will actually go ahead and take the attacker's projectiles, then go ahead and self-destruct the magnet system, which will ultimately have moved the projectile from one point to another and giving the attackers no control over it. I would highly recommend using Wamai's magnet system in places where attackers aren't necessarily going to see them at first sight, as you're obviously going to be able to throw them in many places and have a very big range on where you can place them. Which leads on to the next tip. I would definitely recommend you to go and place your Wamai ability over by ledges or places where the projectiles will actually delay or hurt the attackers. For example, there are many spots for this on Outback where you can actually go ahead and place them on the roof or the ledge, and it will actually go ahead and delay the attackers. Now remember, not only are you going to be making the attackers lose their projectile, but also you're actually going to be delaying them in that situation. Now Wamai's magnet system will actually have a further range than Jaeger's ADS's, which makes him a fantastic choice. If a Thatcher was to go ahead and throw an EMP grenade right by one of Wamai's magnet systems, it would not actually go ahead and destroy it, it would actually disable it, whereas Jaeger's ADS would actually go ahead and be destroyed. In addition to this, Wamai's magnet systems could actually go ahead and counter Capital. If a Capital went and used his fire or smoke bolt, then Wamai's magnet system would actually go ahead and capture it and do the same process like it does to others, which means it can ultimately counter Capital. Not only can Jaeger not counter Capital, but it actually goes ahead and gives Capital a counter. Those were some of the tips and tricks for Wamai's ability. We are now going to be going over the counters to Wamai. Now the first counter to Wamai, similar to many other trap operators, is simply droning efficiently and effectively. Like you would for other trap operators, you go ahead and drone out, checking around for any traps whilst droning. If you're able to drone well, then you should be able to spot them and take them out accordingly. Another counter for Wamai is IQ. As it's an electronic, IQ will be able to see it on her electronic scanner and therefore coordinate with her team to take it out accordingly. And then the third main way to counter Wamai is Thatcher. Now Thatcher isn't going to permanently destroy Wamai's magnet system. It will actually disable it for a few seconds and then it will be reactivated. In this time you need to be coordinating to your team to say, I'm about to go ahead and disable it, get ready with your projectiles and we can make the push. We're now going to be talking about what roles you should be playing as Wamai. Now Wamai is a very versatile operator. He can either play as a roamer or an anchor in my opinion. Typically I would actually say Wamai is a better anchor than a roamer, due to him being able to react to the enemy's pushes, and he actually needs to go ahead and stay alive to be able to get the full use out of his ability. If the opposition decide to push from a different angle, then Wamai can go ahead and react to this and place his magnet system down in a different position to deny their projectiles. However, it also could be argued that he suits a better roamer playstyle than an anchor. And the main point is because similarly he can actually go ahead and rotate round and place his magnet system down where he needs to. They both have their advantages. And that is going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you have all enjoyed. If you did or you found this video useful, then make sure to give it a like and subscribe for more tips and tricks like this. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.